So we meet again for the second meetings for academic speaking. So sorry because the previous meetings we cannot use Spada. So as you know, we use Telegram's function. Okay, and why you already know why. Okay, so for these meetings we will talk about the seminar presentation and discussions. Why we talk about seminar presentation and discussions? Because the seminar presentation and discussion is part of academic speaking. Okay, but on this section we will talk about the subtopic of this material is comparing perspective. So, like when you see or when you show about presentation, someone presentations or someone argumentation, you will have perspective, a different perspectives about what they say, what they delivered. Okay, so uh, next is perspective is seems like the point of view about how you know or how you thinks about uh, the meanings of that person's delivered. Okay, so it's same case like this same with point of view. So how you have and every person have a different perspectives about it. And after that, things that you need is value of integrating or how you to examine multiple viewpoints or point of view is once critical thinkings. So you must have critical thinkings like how to comparing, how to contrasting, analyzing, and interpreting. Sorry. So after that, the second one is a problem solving, tolerance, flexibility, empathy. Remember, so when you see a different perspective with your own perspective or a different point of view or a different, multiple viewpoints or point of view, you must have one critical thinking. So you must see it with your critical thinking. You compare, you contrast things, you analyze, and how you interpreting. Okay, and after that, you know the problem solving. So, example, when you say, "I don't agree with this person," so you compare some with your perspective or your point of view. You contrasting, you analyzing, and interpreting. Okay, and after that, okay, the how to solve the problem is like blah 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 blah. And you must tolerate that you cannot push your perspective, you cannot push your own or your ego uh, when you already delivered your perspective but the person still like I don't agree with your argumentation, your academic argumentations. And flexibility means that yeah, still same like empathy and tolerance exactly. So you still you can accept what they delivered, okay, and etc. So have one until this five value, okay. So we talk about like compare and contrast things, okay, contrast. So compare is when you have purpose showing the similarity between the objects, okay. And contrast is a difference with the compare. So remember, it's a different things, okay? It's not same. So the contrast here is when you have aims of comprehends or differentiating between the objects, okay? So compare is like maybe example like when you buy motorcycle, exactly. Example, okay? Or maybe smartphones. So you choose what what is the brands. Let's say brand A, okay? You choose same brand A and same, but there is no difference. You just choose which ones have the same colors, have the same size, have the same models too. Okay, So you just compare it. Which ones? See, maybe you think that it's still different. Either it's the same. And after that, the contrast is, yeah, it's very different. So you choose A, smartphones, and you choose B, smartphones, contrast. Okay, this is the difference. That is the difference. So this is the text structures of compare and contrast. See, so how two or more things are alike and how they are different. This is signal. The signal word to like contrast is different from, like, it's different things, right? Okay, phone A, phone B. This phone A is a different from this phone B example. However, although like that, this is signal words like, okay, I think you already know what is signal words, okay? And you can say why the example is like lion and tigers, right? Lion and tigers is we cannot we have a compare, we can compare them and we can contrast them. Okay, right? Tiger and lion. There are things that they are same, but there are things too that are difference with them. Two of them, both of them. Okay, it's a difference, but both of them too, or two of them is same, still same. Like samples, like they eat anything, right? This is we can compare about that things. And the contrast thing is, yeah, what maybe the lion have an hairs and the tiger is not. Okay, this is a compare and contrast. So you must think that the perspective examples, like when you heard the perspective, like, okay, this word is a contrast for my perspectives, but that words is I can compare that words with my perspectives. So some perspective can be same with your perspective, but can be a contrast or difference with your perspective. Okay, analyze is done or process of data to identify. So after that, you can analyze the data. You know the data. Interpreting is making the scientific data or argumentation with detailed explanation. After you get what is the contrasting, what is the comparing things that you can get. After that, you analyze it. You can interpreting that. Okay, this is the step when you get the different perspective. Okay, after that, the problem solving. Here, this means like, yeah, after you got these things, making the scientific data, argumentation with detailed explanation, you must see the problem. Is there any problem? So this is the step. You can see the problem solving loop. Okay, I hope you can explore it too. And it means you can explore it more about this, but this is general things. When you want to analyze the different perspective, after that you get these things 1 2 3 4 here's okay. Okay, critical thinking, you get it. Problem solving, analyze, you already get. Interpreting, I already get. After that you go to problem solving, and this is general things, like you have to evaluate the result, like is this suitable for this perspective or this argumentations or this data. After that, yeah, you must have flexibility and empathy that already say to you that when you already get this, from 1 to 3, 1 2, one is have a comparing, contrasting, analyzing, and interpreting, and after that problem solving. When you already get it, and after that you deliver it, you speak with your argumentations, but they still not not really agree with you. It's okay. You must have tolerance, flexibility, and empathy. And here's can be the flexibility is here's like you can make your data more flexible, or you can make your data more tolerance, and to make it combine with their data, can be like that. And but you must know that still you must have the foundations. Don't lose your foundation, your data foundations, when you want to combine it with, to make it more flexibility and tolerance. And after that, this is if we talk about the data, but it will be different if you talk about feelings. So you must have this feeling too. So it means that you must have tolerance and flexibility about your data. If you can make your data more flexibility, and when we talk about feeling, there is no hard feelings when they not agree with your perspective or your data. So you must have tolerance, flexibility, and empathy. Okay. Okay, that's all from me. So I hope you can read it more, you can explore it more. So, and don't forget, you can ask me or we can discuss on our Telegram groups. Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.